This is Roger Struckhoff with Cloud Expo TV on the first day streaming live from Cloud Expo New York in November of 2018. Thank you for joining us if you're watching live. Thank you for joining us if you're watching this later on our Cloud Expo TV channel on YouTube. We're joined right now by Aditya Sharma, who's President and CEO of Crosscode. So thanks for joining us, and introduce our viewers to who you are and what you do, and we'll go from there.
Thank you so much, Roger, for having us here. Wonderful to be here in New York City and Cloud Expo. I'm the founder and president for Crosscode Incorporated, and at Crosscode we are solving a unique industry problem which has been there for ages, but unfortunately even in today's day and age there was no automated solution available. Now, how many times have we heard that it is so very difficult for big companies to make changes and respond to emerging opportunities in the marketplace, or even to address competitive positions? The reason behind why is it so difficult for large companies to make changes quickly is the sheer enormity and the sheer complexity of the enterprise architecture that they have inherited over the number of years. With tens of thousands of applications and databases running all across on-prem, on the cloud, third-party hosted SaaS applications, it's virtually impossible for large companies to get that comprehensive view of what would break if I were to make changes to a set or a subset of application databases here. And like I said, believe it or not, but even in today's day and age, this is a very, very manual process. So whenever somebody has to make a change to respond to a new market opportunity or do wonderful things for the business, a team of IT analysts and a team of IT engineers have to come in and physically manually go through volumes and volumes of documentations, and which is assuming that organizations are maintaining up-to-date information around their application databases. They have to manually go through this information to figure out the touch points and the breakpoints of making that change. This is what Crosscode does. We automate that entire exercise of making changes easier, faster for large organizations, and also in the process taking out the business and IT risks associated with making changes.
So that's a lot going on, and each company presents its own unique situation. My guess is that there are, from the overview point of view, a lot of similar challenges, but yet each company must have its own unique nightmares that you have to get through, right?
Absolutely. Every company has got its own challenges, and those challenges can range from a diverse set of technologies, some of which could be outdated. So how do companies figure out, and how do companies get a comprehensive view that irrespective of which technology is being used, we still have that information of what those dependencies and touch points are? And Crosscode, we are completely technology agnostic, technology neutral. Doesn't matter if you're running the most modern and the most current microservices in your organizations, or you're still running mainframes, COBOLs, and DB2 code in your organization. We stitch all of that together into a dependency graph that brings to your attention the touch points and the breakpoints of making changes.
You know, it's interesting at a show like this, and a lot of people that you talk to, they talk about legacy architectures and infrastructures, and a lot of times that conversation sounds like people were stupid in the past. They did something wrong in the past. In fact, that's not true. They were solving problems, and the fact is with most legacy technologies is they work. But the challenge, I think, that you described is now things are moving so quickly, and you can't just rip and replace. There's no time for that. There's no budget for that. So you're actually addressing a very sophisticated challenge. It seems like you're taking stuff that works, but now it has to work better or differently because things are moving fast. Is that sort of correct?
That's fairly accurate. You brought about an interesting point. In the past, companies had been reluctant to make changes, and the prime reason behind that was a fear of the unknown. Hey, if I'm going to be changing something, what will break up? And if things break, I'm going to be losing my job, so might as well not make the change, just maintain status quo. But now we are living in a totally different era where your business is your software. Today, businesses are run on software, and whenever there is an acquisition or a merger happening in the industry, companies are being bought not for the product or services that they are selling, but more importantly, the quality of software that they possess. And that is where Crosscode comes in by helping companies quickly and in the most efficient manner embrace change while taking out those business and IT risks out of the equation.
Yeah, a lot of companies say it's like when microseconds matter. I mean, they start to add up. There's lags and inefficiencies and things that break. It starts to add up over an organization. Now, we mentioned the word automation, which is a lot of companies, they're striving towards a lot of sort of self-automation and automated processes. That sometimes implies that it takes people's jobs, but I think what's really happening when you're automating is you're upscaling the jobs. In fact, the processes in place to make it work require more training and sophistication, right, than the old processes did.
You are absolutely spot on right. We are not positioning ourselves to customers to reduce manual redundancies and replace those expensive and knowledgeable human resources out. It is true that using Crosscode, our customers have been able to realize upwards of 40% savings in both time as well as effort of speeding up their initiatives. But the way we see these profits being deployed back to the organization is by enabling our customers to do more. Every year, IT budgets are constrained. Businesses have a lot of pressure on IT that, hey, we want to get X number of projects done, but IT pushes back with saying that we can only do half of that. Now, using Crosscode, you have suddenly freed up upwards of 40% of your available resources, both in terms of time as well as budget, and that can be leveraged and used not just for increasing your bottom line profits, but also giving the ability to IT to do more with what they have currently at hand.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about that this morning at the start of the show, that IT budgets have been essentially flat for the last 10 years, but data growth is doubling every 3 years. Now, every organization knows, it may not be precisely that, but every organization is facing this same budget, a lot more data, a lot of it's unstructured, for more devices, for more points. The sources and flows are going way out there at the edge somewhere, but yet you have the same budget. Absolutely. So it sounds like that's where you come in for your customers.
Absolutely. Last year, one of a leading financial institution, they went on record to say that they were able to double up the number of initiatives that they would have usually executed in a year thanks to Crosscode. We also have a fairly well-known consulting organization, systems integrator, that went on to record to say that they were able to increase their profit margins on the engagements by up to 40% by using Crosscode effectively. So you're bang on right. We help customers accomplish a lot more with their current IT capacities at hand.
And for people to find out really more about what you do, how do they find you? Where are you online?
www.crosscode.com. And please feel free to send me an email there as well, asharma@crosscode.com. Thank you so much.
Adi, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. For Cloud Expo TV, this is Roger Struckoff. Thanks. And we are still streaming live here.